Welcome back. So we have a green event down here, which I assume is a 4SPG. Whether or not it's in the Grim Garden, I don't know. Let's go find out. Definitely something. Or is it inside? I'm not entirely sure. Oh, it's definitely on the Grim Garden portal. Okay. Access it. But where? Because I've accessed this from other areas and they don't have the green. So the Sanctum, I assume? I assume. Maybe I need to go finish the actual floor that we're on. Seems like it acts as a bulletin board, but there aren't any requests right now. Why is this one green then? I wonder. Let's go finish up the workshop. Although not the workshop, the floor up there. Although I am wondering, because based on what I've seen, whenever I use the decryption, I'm not getting any of the connection tokens, whatever they were called. So I'm wondering if I'm meant to do the connection events I currently can in order to unlock that as an option. So I'm actually going to do that first now, seeing as there's nothing here. So let's do the two I want to keep. And then we'll try and pick up the Ren one, the third one. So Elaine's first. Let's get this done. So Aramis security check. Elaine told me Aramis consulted her about the school's security. She'd like my help too, using my perspective as a Spriggan. I should probably help if I've got the time. Yep, okay. Van's group decided to take a short break. Everyone split up so they could spend their free time as they pleased. Thank you for coming, you two. I really appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedules for this. Under normal circumstances, we wouldn't bother you with such a request. Please, think nothing of it. I'm more than happy to offer suggestions with regard to Academy security, especially after the bombing attempt a few months ago. Yeah, and people are pretty high-strung these days, what with the space program excitement and all. Also, nipping problems in the bud is all part of a Spriggan's job description. So you've come to the right person. Thank you, Van, Elaine. I appreciate your willingness to assist. The festival may have gone off without a hitch, but better safe than sorry, I always say. Yeah. Wonder if somewhere in his subconscious he remembers those incidents. I think that's likely to be the case. Well, few things give me greater pleasure than helping my alma mater. As for Van, I can think of no better occasion to remedy all the trouble he caused during his enrollment. You really love to harp on that point, don't you? In his defense, Van did more than his share of aiding others back then too. Honestly, I'm getting a little emotional seeing the two of you here together again. Mr. Powell. Anyhow, I'll see what I can do. You want us to look around the school and write up a list of ways where security could be improved, right? Yes, if you could. The students are still on break, so you're welcome to take as much time as you need. You know, it's a little strange the two of us walking the academy grounds like normal. I know we did as much during the spring festival, but this feels different somehow. Sure does take me back, now that you mention it. We were always being pulled in every direction back in the day. Had I known how grueling council work would be, I'd never have signed up to be part of general affairs in the first place. It helped expand your circle of friends though, no? Frankly, I think you ought to be thanking me, if anything. And besides, I heard you even made a little pocket money doing odd jobs on campus. Oop. The statute of limitations on that several years expired, so I'm afraid can't get on my case about this one. Now, come on. Got a job to do. Let's get to it, shall we, Miss Former Vice President? Oh, you. No. Van and Elaine began exploring Aramis Academy. They started by searching the school grounds for any flaws in security that potential intruders could exploit. This is where the bomb was planted. It may behoove us to look through the school's manual for vendor equipment deliveries. I'll leave that one to you. You've got the guild's manual for crime prevention that you can compare it against. But man, being here in the science lab Also takes me back. I remember sneaking in every now and then to make tea with the lab beakers. Yes, you did make a habit of that, didn't you? You would even smuggle in sweets to eat with it, as I recall. There'd always be a sweet, fragrant scent floating around the room. Everyone who passed by could smell it. Yeah, like when I brought in those half-burnt cookies a certain someone made in class that one time. The bitterness of the charred edges paired perfectly with the tea. I'll have you know I'm improved a lot since then. Uh-huh. Phew, it's hitting me again just how big this room is. Everything looks good so far, though. Gotta say, this place sure holds a lot of memories. The student council elections, the festival. Good times. You really were a great help back when I was running for president. Remember you did a lot for me at the time. Yeah, I think I deserved a medal. Just straight out like, yeah, I deserved a medal, didn't I? Yeah. Although I think I worked as hard as I did in part because it was going to be the last time I could give you a hand. Oh. The heartbreak. Speaking of this place, I really enjoyed watching Anya's and everyone else's performance during the festival. I'd even say it was better than our old play. For the most part, yeah. Apparently they found our old script and production materials helpful. I wonder how people would react to the story of the Calvert Revolution if we performed it now. You know, we do have this nice big empty stage here. Oh, really? I have half a mind to tell you keep dreaming, but can't deny there's a small part of me that would like a chance at a do-over. Especially knowing that Burgard saw me acting out your ridiculous script. Hey, he was totally on board with Ditsy Dirk. Oh, fiddlesticks, I've gone and lost my revolutionary flag again. Hey, Olga, have you seen my flag anywhere? I'm sorry, please don't hurt me. Ugh, even if I was all caught up in the festival excitement, why on earth did I take that role so seriously? Okay, that should do it for the clubhouse and basketball court. Oh look, the go-to skip class and nap spot is still there, just the way I left it. You certainly did like that roof. I would know considering how many times you made Renee and I drop what we were doing to come wake you up. Must these kids keep such an irresponsible tradition alive? High schoolers, am I right? Anyway, all that's left to do is another pass of the school building triple dot. What's up? Nothing, I just remember there used to be a tree over there. Ah, right, I didn't even realize it had been taken down. That's where we, Oh yeah. There's one other place we should check. Yep. To think we went all through school not knowing there was an underground ruin right beneath our feet. It's on the premises, so we would be negligent in our duties if we skipped this. The area is pretty big, and I wouldn't be shocked if there were some monsters still stinking up the place. Might as well do a quick sweep. And so Van and Elaine inspected every last reggae of the campus. After writing up a list of security concerns, they visited one final spot. Student council. Funny. I was in this room just yesterday to drop off some sweets. It's so quiet in here when there's no one around. Indeed. Oh, this brings back memories. Used to chat the days away in this room, just the two of us. Yeah, I know. The student council was just as busy back then as it is now. So busy, in fact, the sun would be going down by the time we finished our work for the day. I remember you'd always knock out your tasks early, but after the fact, you'd give everyone a hand with theirs. I'll admit, sometimes I wish you'd be a little more selfish, like Renee, in cases like that. You say that, but you were very much complicit in helping me help others. If when everyone else had gone home, you'd stay behind and whittle away at the work pile with me until it was all done. And then we'd just sit there and talk about whatever came to mind. Remember the waning sunlight shining softly through the window? Yeah. We were so absorbed in our conversations, I didn't even notice when it got dark outside. Gave the teachers working late one hell of a shock when they found us. And then we get an earful from the dorm superintendent. Oh yes, an earful and a half. All because we were caught up talking about the silliest, most inane things. Still, I love that time we had together. So much so that I wanted it to go on forever. I don't know if it was anything that grand. You know, after walking around the school together again, it's really hitting me. We're adults now. Speak for yourself. I still feel like I'm the same little brat on the inside. But before you say something like, yes, I know with how obsessed you are with sweets, don't. Alright. As for me, well, maybe it's less I've matured and more I've got better at keeping up appearances. As someone who's older, it's very much a case of like, yeah, that's kind of like, for those who aren't like into their later years in life, it's very much a case of when you're an adult properly. It's around like the age like 20, 21. You don't really mentally age after that, is the best way of putting it. You stay feeling young, but it's just your body gets older, and you're still none the wiser. It's like, it's very much a case of adults have no clue what to do. Just as clueless as everyone else. We're just better at keeping up appearances. It's pretty much the case. I've just put on a mask to keep my true feelings concealed. Your true feelings, you say? Not that it's been terribly effective in hiding them from you. Elaine, It's fine, you don't need to say anything. I know your position hasn't changed. Look, I won't say I haven't thought about the possibility. That said, there's a problem I have that hasn't been dealt with. But I won't make that same mistake twice. It wouldn't be fair to you or to my assistants.
And yet, the fact remains I want to be by your side. Even now. I know we once went our separate ways, and we keep failing to reconnect in quite the same way. But still, I want to be with you, and that feeling hasn't changed.
Thing is, from my perspective, it hasn't changed for Van either. He very much wants the same, but it's like he doesn't want to hurt her. And I can respect that. Wow, you sure know how to leave a guy speechless. I know I'm laying it a lot on you here. But you know me, that's just how I am. Still the same woman you fell for years ago. I've carried these feelings for 8 years. No, even longer than that. And for all that time, they've remained as strong as ever. Elaine. If I'm being honest, I don't think I'll ever be able to settle my account with you. Not with all the good you've done me. I hurt you so much and then I ran off like a coward. But even after what I did, you still accept me for who I am. Still want to be with me. And you save me from that hell. If it just that is too much to repay. Wait, what are you? What about time I told you what happened? About when I was stuck in that place. Wow, he's actually opening up to her, like, damn. Damn, Van. After I was taken from the orphanage, my days in that hell began. I didn't even understand what was going on. I was surrounded by psychos bent on experimenting on me. They made me read one of the Apocrypha. That was it. I was going to say from the apothecaries. I'm like, that's not the right word. One of the Apocrypha. And all its words which denied my very existence. Every moment they were suffering. And eventually, I did let go of who I was. I'm not in pain. I'm not in agony. I'm not alive, no, I'd never even been born. Forced myself to believe all of that until I felt nothing at all. But then one day a single sensation brought me back from the brink. After days upon days of being force-fed just the bare minimum nutrients necessary to stay alive, my body instinctively started to crave what it lacked. Began to recall a faint memory. A memory of when you brought Quincy Company chocolate to the orphanage. When those sweet flavors spread throughout my mouth for the first time. This is adding so much depth to the sweets now thinking about it. Why he has such a sweet tooth? It's like, oh. In the end, I couldn't abandon my sense of self. Well, I tried, but whenever I did, I would remember that sweetness. A silly little memory was what tethered me to this world. That's why I like sweets so much. Oh. It's almost brought me to tears, just that single thought of like, that's why he's always on about sweets. It's like, because it's the connection to Elaine, the connection to the world that made him hold on. Like, oh! Damn, Falcom. Even the silly little goofy thing about sweets is something significant? Wow. Okay. That silly little memory was what tethered me to this world. It was what let me hold on to who I was, but the day I was finally saved from that hell. Guess that's why I ended up becoming just a tiny bit obsessed with sweets. Yeah. Yeah.
You idiot. You've had that sweet tooth from the very start.
I mean, you're probably right, yeah, but that's still a significant thing. It is that element of like, that's probably what continued it, because that memory is the significant thing, and it's you who brought them.
When I found out what happened to you, I hated myself for being so blind. To think my own father made you suffer so much. Somewhere deep in my heart, I believed I didn't have the right to be at your side. But I get it now. Me, Renee, we were there. We were always with you.
You guys were, for sure. Honestly, I had a lot that I wanted to say to you when we reconnected at Aramis as teenagers. But instead, I just acted like the brat I was and ended up running away. So let me say it now. Thank you, Lainey.
Aww.
That's not fair, Van. After I bared my heart saying all these embarrassing things, you won't even give me a straight answer. That's just not fair.
Yeah, I'm not a fair guy. But you've always known that.
Come out, wherever you are. Meeting handouts. I can't believe you forgot them. Where did you last... Huh? Elaine the Spriggan? What are you two doing? Nice going, Thelma. Don't mind me, just looking for something I need for our educational visitation. Are we, interrupting something? No, you're fine. We just finished our work. Would you like some help looking for those notes? We'd be happy to assist if you'd like. Yeah. After that, Van and Elaine helped Thelma find what she was looking for. Then they reported their findings to Mr. Powell and left Aramis. You okay? Yes, I'm alright now. I think we caught those girls a bit by surprise. Yeah, really hoping they aren't the gossipy types. Oh, I doubt they'd spread anything. Although if they did, that would be rather funny in its own right. I think you ought to be a little more concerned given you're the celebrity here.
Thank you for telling me about what happened, Van. My heart feels a little lighter now. I really want Renee to hear what you said too. But I don't see that happening anytime soon.
We're gonna have to get drinks again sometime. Even if we gotta drag him from his work.
Right. One way or another, we'll make him understand that's what longtime friends like us do for each other. I'll be waiting for that answer, by the way. For however long it takes.
Yeah. I know.
God, I love that connection event. That's probably one of my favorites. That's up there. That's up there. I think there's only, of all the connection events, we're not talking bonding events, not the other games, like Daybreak and Horizon. That's what I'm thinking, connection events. In terms of it, there's only one that's higher. And that's Ren's. But that one is really close. Because it added so much depth to their relationship. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot, yeah. Added more context for the sweets as well. Yeah, really like that. Really like that. Anyway, to do. Next one. Yume's photo shoot. Let's go have a look. Van's group decided to take a short break. Everyone split up so they could spend their free time as they pleased.
Van, say cheese!
Whoa, you surprised me there. Already putting your new camera to good use, huh? I'm glad you're enjoying it. Yep, it's super cute. I love it. I want to take pictures of all kinds of things and people. Oh yeah? Sounds good to me. What kind of stuff are you thinking of? I want to take pictures of Old Town. Oh, and everyone at your office. Those are cool and all, but aren't they a little close by? I don't mind taking you somewhere in my truck where you can see more interesting stuff to photograph. Well, today I want to take pictures of Old Town and everyone here. Guess it might be a good idea to start with stuff nearby. Besides, taking pictures of everyday things can give you a chance to see them in a new light. Alright, in that case, can I tag along? If you change your mind, I'd still be happy to take you to another district too. Okay, thanks, Van. After that, Van and Yume wandered all over Old Town. And Yume took photos of everyday life in the district. Do we get to see these pictures? I'm just doing my usual work, but are you going to take my photo? Yep, you always look super duper pretty when you're working. Yeah, oh dear, there's Maxim. Oh, you'll take Grandpa's photo. I'm so happy. Why are you looking at the camera? You trying to ruin Yume's photo? Of course not. It's just, you know, since I'm always dealing with the paparazzi, I turn away from cameras on reflex. And should I even be in any of her photos considering my work? Whoa, you got a camera? Awesome. It's a little embarrassing, but thanks for taking my photo. You should get in the picture with us, Yume. Let's take a group photo. I love beats. Oh, yeah, alright. A toy camera, huh? I think that's wonderful. It's only natural to want to capture important memories so that you can hold on to them. Please feel free to take photos of all the things in your daily life that are important to you. Huh. You got a good eye, kid. Taking a photo of us when we're at our cleanest is the right move. I never thought the day would come when you take a photo of me. It's kind of a strange feeling. There's ordinary days like today that are worth capturing as memories. Wow, already taking photos, huh? Would you like to take some promo shots for us? Oh, you can even do a collab with Kisada. There's the photos. Oh, look at them all there. I get it, you're planning to put all these photos into the album you got for Anya's. Yep, since I'm giving her an album, I thought it'd be nice if it came with some photos too. Kinda sad if it was all empty. I think that's a great idea. After all the time she spent here in Old Town, and all the work she'd done with the others are definitely important to her. And I bet your photos will really help her appreciate that, Humes. Plus, I think it'd be a nice surprise when she finds out you did all this for her. It's just too bad there won't be any pics of Anya's, since it's supposed to be a surprise and all.
Don't worry, I have an idea.
Ooh, you have a plan.
I'm gonna take pictures of her with everyone at the birthday party.
Oh, is that it? Oh.
And then, I'll give her those pictures with the album.
Man, you really thought this through, huh?
Yep. Since I'm giving all these memories to Anya's, I gotta make sure to do it right.
And I bet doing all of this will be a good memory for you, too. Which will help make this even more unforgettable for Anya's.
Yep, of course. That's why the day after tomorrow, you gotta make a ton of new memories with me and everyone else.
Will do. Good kid. Memories, huh? The ones she makes from here on will eventually guide her in the future.
Thanks, Van.
Huh? For what?
You're always making memories with me. Like today, you came with me to take pictures, and it was super duper fun.
Oh, the fact she can recognize that. This is adorable as well. That's right, even I'm one of Yume's memories. Come now. I had a blast too, you know? I'm the one who should be thanking you.
Really? I'm glad.
Yep. Here's to the future, Humes. Now then. I better help with the prep for Anya's birthday party too.
Yeah.
After that, Van helped Yume put the album together and wrap it up. After making suggestions for the party based on his experience with the Aramis Academy Festival, Van met up with the others and got back to work. Oh, that was short and sweet compared to the previous one. Oh, assuming the Yume ones are done. Wait, what was that? What was that? What did I just get? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I got. Right, let's see. This is decryption. If we get enough...
Would you care to decrypt a grim beginning decryption?
Do we get a connection thingy now?
Wow!
Wow! Not sure even what it'd look like on this.
There. Thank you for waiting.
No, we did not. A shame. A shame.
You don't have enough tokens.
I noticed. That's a shame. I'm still confused what the green aspect was. I don't know. One bond maxed.
Shock one up.
Yeah, there we go. We're done with Humes. Alright then. Have a little bit of rounds in here. Let's get that sorted. So Rufus, Van tells me you're the former Governor General of Crossbell and that you're supposed to be dead. Funnily enough, I'd actually considered intervening in the situation over there myself 2 years ago. As Grimcat, of course. To tell the truth, plenty of Jaeger groups had you in their sights too. Yes, well, the incident in question was largely brought about by my imposter. I acknowledge that much of the blame lies at my feet as well. As such, I'd like you all to decide whether you find me trustworthy enough to fight by your side. If not, I'll willingly accept imprisonment. I don't think we need to go that far. I mean, seeing how much Swin and Nadia look up to you. They call you their boss for a reason. Yeah, plus it ain't exactly like our group's full of the most straight-laced goody two-shoes in the Republic. Oh, by the way, I know we talked about this before, but seriously, if you want to take up 4 SPGs for us in the real world, feel free. In exchange, though, I'm going to ask you to share all your secrets you picked up along the way with me and my team. That sounds reasonable enough, as long as it doesn't interfere with our plans, of course. Of course. I know that ex-Governor General Gao was marked for elimination by a bunch of different corps, but I don't sense any ill will from him. Well, since we're going to be spending more time together, maybe I'll take the chance to learn what I can from him. Like how he got to be so cunning. Maybe that's not the kind of thing you should be learning. Maybe. I don't really feel the need to be too on guard around the guy, especially knowing how close he is to Swin and Nadia. Might be nice to get a look at how strong our reformed villain friend is anyway, you know? Try as I might, many still view me as the most notorious villain of the century. Well, nevertheless, I hope we'll be able to work well during our time together. Without getting in one way, getting in one another's way, of course. Here's the words. I got to them. I found them. They were over there, look. Words. Something about this new body of yours seems remarkably familiar, Lapis. That's because it's one of Jörg's creations. It's the most amazing masterpiece yet, if I do say so myself. And that's because everything I eat in this body is filled with about 10 times the flavor. Oh, that really is amazing. I'd love to hear the story of how we ended up at Marduk, though. And seeing as we were having such a hard time tracking the guy down. Apologies, but as Miss Rose... Apologies, but as Mr. Rosenberg and I are in different divisions, I'm afraid I... at as much a loss as on the circumstances of his joining as you are. Svenny is a product of Marduk, using the same prosthetic devices that yours does, Rosette. A body with capabilities like these could prove a useful asset for furthering my drone research. I imagine. If I was allowed to collect the data, that would be fine by me. But remember, Rosenberg dolls are beings both noble and elegant, Quatra. Quatra even. If you'd like to study me, you'll have to handle me with utmost care. Understood. Felt like things were kind of awkward with Kevin's team earlier, but maybe I was just imagining things? No, it's awkward for a reason. Right, I'm not supposed to talk about Quatra. Talk to Quatra about Professor Hamilton, am I? Okay, just act normal, Lapis. We'll get through this. Kevin's team was acting a little strange earlier. Maybe I'm just imagining things. Something does feel a little off. Miss Rosenberg's new body is quite stunning. I suppose I should have expected as much given the craftsman responsible. Admittedly, I'm a bit curious as to why I transferred to Marduk myself. Jörg Rosenberg is a doll maker, used to be part of the Society's 13 factories. We were able to keep tabs on him for a bit through his connections to Ren and Lapis, but wasn't aware the guy ended up at Marduk of all places. Really is no telling what the place will do next, is there? Might need to keep an extra eye on them going forward. We've made a lot of progress in prosthetic research at the Epstein Foundation recently, particularly since the crossbell incident. However, the level of technical skill involved in Lapis's new body is in a class of its own. Master Jörg and Marduk have outdone themselves. What I might do in between the parts, actually, is go get the, Oh, your bikes are here. Is the next floor done? The next domain? Huh. Isn't this your bike, Master? I'm guessing the one's armbrusts? Oh, hey, see, this thing is, we're talking about our babies earlier and had me wondering if we could load their data into the garden. You can, turns out. Fascinating. They're the same ETWS models. Their tuning has afforded them vastly different capabilities. Man, just looking at them makes me want one of my own. I'm thinking about grabbing the new Red Star, actually. Well, if you're interested, I believe I have a few magazines that speak of next year's models. Honestly, I doubt I'll be needing them anytime soon. I've grown much too fond of my current bike to trade her in. Hey, no rule that says you can only have one, you know? Honestly, if I ever save up the mirror, I might just look into getting another myself. I see the bikers are bonding. Well, all power to them. Though they're both ETWS models, their tuning has rendered them vastly different bikes. I'll have to join Crow on a road trip someday. Perhaps even Aaron could tag along as well. Man, bikes are the freaking best. I'll nab one of my own eventually, just a matter of... well, what kind? Hell. Oh, Gehenna. I might even think about grabbing one of the Rhineford models. Ooh. Leave it a bike talk to get me all pumped up. I swear. Should probably call it before Toa gets on my case though, huh? Damn, if only I could bring George and Jellica to the garden too. Be nice to talk bikes over a few drinks again, you know? Yes, I imagine you'd all enjoy that. Alright, I think I've got the gist of the situation. Thanks for sharing, especially given there's not much we can actually tell each other. Yes, well, certainly an unfortunate symptom of our circumstances. After all, it doesn't seem any of the parties present are at liberty to speak on their situation at the moment. No use in getting all bummed up about it, yeah? Anyway, heard Basil's beautiful this time of year. Guys happen to bump into Professor Hamilton while you were there? Yeah, actually, but she seemed kind of busy with something. We parted ways almost as soon as we met. It's like Kevin's asking questions. We know why he's asking them. We didn't exactly ask where she was headed, but definitely seemed like she had a lot on her shoulders. Interesting. We'll have to meet the woman someday. I bet you would. I bet you would. So they don't know where she ran off to, huh? Guess that means I'm in for the long game. Huh? I think Fee probably got in touch with you about this, but I've actually been taking on 4 SPGs in Basil recently. I was a little hesitant about it at first, but trust me when I say we're taking every precaution to avoid ruining your reputation in the city. Hey, no need to be so formal about things. Look, just make sure you put them to good use, alright? So Kevin's team is in Tharbad, are they? I believe Aria should be there by now as well, if I'm remembering correctly. Yes. I'd heard the city owes much of its prosperity to the Orbal film industry. I'd love to visit my old school friend someday. Tharbad, Edith, Basil. Looks like our little group here is spread across the entire Republic. With objectives just as wide-ranging too. Still room for some collaborating, though, where I see it. So what do you say to a little Q&A sesh, friend? You want to know if we've seen Hamilton, maybe? Guild's taken an interest in Thor's alumni and Growsritter lately. I wonder if that means working together is off the table. Anyone else left around here? We'll check down there. The reason I want to see about finishing off the domain, though, is so we can potentially get the connection token thingies. Warm and relaxing, just like I knew it'd be. Well, you're right, but can't help feeling like we're losing the plot a little. It's kind of embarrassing to be wearing a swimsuit here in front of everyone. Though the juxtaposition between here and real life can seem a bit strange, it's important we take breaks when we can, Swin. Let's forget our troubles for the moment, yes? Perhaps with some water polo? Yeah, you're right. Leave it to Ren to notice when someone's acting a little off, huh? You know what it is that's got Aki so looking down, though? Me too, though considering we can't say much about the situation we're dealing with either, it's probably best we don't ask. Can you kick back in a hot spring without worrying about a time limit? Oh, if only I could live here forever. Well, it's not like you don't kick back in real life too. You laze around practically everywhere. Damn it, I knew I was the one who chose to get myself involved in all this, but it's really eating at my nerves. She could talk to Van about it, and Katra. Oh. Got to be the one to let loose about the Hamilton stuff first, I feel. It's been a while since I've seen Swin and Nadia. Maybe I'll catch them up on what's been going on at Aramis. She says something about meeting up with Albert before. Uh-huh. I'm glad to hear those two managed to reunite with Rufus recently, with little incident to boot. Though it is interesting that Kevin seems to be working with their group now. But I digress. What matters now is resting up while we still can, for Anya's sake and everyone else. Indeed. Right, yeah, I'm going to end this part here. And then the next part will either be towards the end of the domain where it's like we're facing off against a boss. Like maybe it's got something significant going on, that kind of thing. Maybe there's some event there. Because I still don't know where the green one is in here. Like the green event. I just don't know. It could be at the end or it could be on the pedestal itself. But maybe I haven't got the memory orb thingy that'll get further in. That could be a factor. That could be a factor. So yeah, we'll report back with what I've done at the start of the next part. Ta-da for now.